Hello and welcome to another action figure unboxing. Today we have the newly released Ant-Man for the Avengers Endgame line. Of course currently in the cinemas. And this is by the Japanese brand Sh Figuarts, well known for its anime, movie and superhero characters. Now in the past they have made some of the Marvel characters, including the Captain America Civil War, Avengers Age of Ultron, the Infinity War, as well as some of the solo movie characters. So it finally comes to an end for this movie, Avengers Endgame, currently in the cinemas after 11 years of MCU. So I believe this will probably be the most iconic movie of them all, at least for this generation. So today we of course have Ant-Man, but this month they have also released the Black Widow and Thanos figures. We are now going to take a look at this figure. And it's very simple with this standard box, which we have seen in the Sh Figuarts before. And they've also gone for this white color. So spoiler alert, if you've seen the trailers or promotion photos, you may notice they wear this time machine suit, which is in this white color along with this burgundy red. So I think they've done a good representation here. And then on the front of the box we have the logos Marvel, Avengers Endgame, the Bandai Tamashii Nations and the Marvel sticker. On the side we have the Avengers logo. It says Sh Figuarts Ant-Man. On the top it's got the same Sh Figuarts Ant-Man, and then on the side Sh Figuarts Ant-Man. On the back of the box we have the figure in the different poses. Of course Sh Figuarts well known for its different articulation. Here it says simple style and heroic action, Tamashii Nations, and the rest is in Japanese. So let's unbox this figure. We have a silver background. And then we have the manual to show you how to place the accessories. And then some advertisement for a survey. And then we have the figure itself. So now let's take a look at the actual figure from the box. As you can see, there is not that many accessories in comparison to the Black Widow one. Of course, Ant-Man doesn't have any weapons. So really it's just the 4 interchangeable hands as well as the replaceable head. So let's just take the figure out of the box. So the figures always have this plastic, which we're going to remove. And this is it for the Paul Rudd figure. I think it does kind of resemble him. And of course Sh Figuarts well known for its articulation. So we're going to test it out. As usual, you can stretch the arms, you can bend arms. The head does a 360 spin. Although it does come off quite easily. And then we have the shoulder pads, they lift up. And then the legs, the usual leg movement, which can be bent, can be stretched. And then the torso, of course, 360 spin. So plenty of articulation as expected. And in terms of the actual look of the head sculpt, I think they've done a pretty good job here. Although I could say that the hair color seems a bit dark in comparisons to the movie, although there are some shades of brown. It's quite detailed and I quite like the pattern of this figure. I think they've done a really good job here. So the first interchangeable hands, we have the open palms. So we can of course do this kind of pose where it looks like he's listening to his earpiece, and even doing some maybe running poses and even flying ones as well. Okay, so let's now exchange it for the second pair. So for the next set of hands, we have another fist, although it is slightly open if you look carefully. And of course Ant-Man doesn't have any accessories or weapons. Maybe it's for some sort of future accessory, or maybe he can ride onto the ants. And once I've removed the head, we can see that the piece actually is included on this head sculpt. I think that's meant to be the helmet. So now we've replaced it with the actual helmet of Ant-Man. So this is really just the standard Ant-Man figure. Of course some of you may have the Ant-Man line, but I'm collecting the Endgame versions, so this was one I had to pick up. So let's take a look at the helmet, and you can see through the glass, you can actually see his eyes inside, which is pretty cool. And I believe that they've done a really good job of this. in terms of the detail. I've used the open palms, the half closed fists, you can bend his leg and you can do some running poses. Him on his knees, and then of course the earlier one you saw when he was listening into his earpiece. You can do it with the helmet one as well. I'm actually having a hard time standing the figure. Maybe it's still a bit stiff, which I have noticed with some of the SH Figuarts. You're always going to get plenty of articulation for the different poses. That is what I like about these figures, and of course they do resemble the actual actors. So here is my Ant-Man and Black Widow figures side by side. Of course both newly released this April alongside Thanos, and after doing a review for both of these, I personally prefer the Black Widow one, simply because of the new head sculpt, new costume and the cooler accessories. So make sure you check the link in the description below for my impressions of that figure. But also believe that the Ant-Man figure is a really nice addition to my collection, as I don't have a previous one. But for those who have purchased a previous Ant-Man figure, would you also go for this one? Please let me know in the comments below. And also, after watching a review of both Black Widow and Ant-Man, which figure do you prefer? And one other thing, I managed to obtain a copy of this catalogue from Japan, Tokyo. And basically it's the Avengers Endgame SH Figuarts, where it shows you the dates of the release of the figures. So make sure you stay tuned for that, as I'll be doing a separate video to show you this catalogue. If you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this, as I'll be reviewing the Thanos one next. Thanks for watching and see you next time.